All right, brother, welcome to another great yoga surf asana class. Let's start by sitting up nice and tall, getting ourselves in a good way, and remembering our breathing, that lunar ujjayi that's just so important. So it's not an aggressive breath, it's a very reflective breath. So we breathe in through the nasal passage all the way, and then exhale behind closed lips, and feel that tempering. Feel that smoldering. Feel that sense of worthiness and deservingness. Feel that sense of control. Feel the awareness grow with each and every breath. And as you continue to breathe like this all the way in, all the way out, you're scanning your body nose to toes, crown of the head to tailbone. As the breath comes in, the prana brings up the energy. You feel an expansion. Even though the breath comes into the body, top to bottom, you feel the energy rising, almost bottom to top reciprocally. And then as we exhale, although the breath comes out of the body through the mouth, through the nose, right? Again, this breath is actually, it feels like it's coming out of our body downward and inward. As we exhale, and that's apana. So as we inhale, that's the prana, that's the expansion. And then of course the apana is when we exhale, inward and downward. And so one brings us up and gets us elevated, and the other one brings us down and makes us feel grounded. And we need both. Okay, so we're gonna do one more deep one. Hold the breath for 10 seconds. And as you hold the breath for 10 seconds, heart forward, heart back for 10, 9, 8, let the prana be there, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale, let it go, keep moving and grooving. Remember, and don't hesitate to exhale through the mouth anytime you want that extra release, that extra let go, just like singing sigh, right? That's how we get rid of that tension, especially in the face and the jowls, right? Where a lot of people involuntarily or unbeknownst to them carry a lot of tension. Perfect, Aaron. Take a deep breath in and exhale one last time, singing sigh. Beautiful. We're going to start today's practice working with the thighs today, an area we have not yet explored together in the capacity we are going to today. So the first things first is this is known as Vajrasana. This is kind of like thunderbolt pose, right? This is also known Zazen in Japanese, where we sit like this. And again, for a lot of people, this can be very difficult. So start to lean back with your hands, arms straight. And this is as far as we go. This is it right here. So we're just going to breathe and feel. And it almost feels like no big deal. But for some people, they can't do that. So they take a bolster or a blanket or a pillow, and that just helps you prop up a bit taller. Perfect. And again, the higher up you are, the almost easier it is to really feel the space. Notice my tailbone in the tailbone. So tailbone forward, tailbone back. And just start to move and groove through this area before we get to the thighs. So a full minute here just to practice this. Putting weight into the ankles, into the knees, and then popping up those thighs by curling tailbone. Right? Breathing all the way in, all the way out. And you'll start to feel that there's these areas that are tighter than other areas. And so we want to be aware of them and then bring the breath to those areas. Start to identify and locate those areas with the breath. Starting to soften and lengthen. Good. Now, fantastic. Now, the pose saddle goes all the way back, but we're going to take it in stages. Okay, so keeping your bolster, blanket, pillows, right? So again, I have another one here not too far away. I'm going to first show you the full extreme version, and then again, I'm going to deconstruct it for you. So what a lot of people don't realize with this pose is that it's a forward fold. It's not a backward bend. When we go backward, we almost want to lie down. So now watch my hands as I'm tracking my hands. I'm tracking my hands back, and then I'm curling down. And this is as far as I can go. Now I have the major stretch in the thigh. And the reason is because I'm lying down. So we want to come forward and back. And even if we don't have this bolster, right, we can only go as far as we can go. And then once you have that area of how far you can go, so I'm going to take these away now so you just visually saw. You don't need them, not required, but as you can see, as we go back, that's about as far as I can go before my knees pop up. And so what we want to do here is bring those hands even further back behind you and then keep that curl. And again, if you have something there, it just kind of helps to track, but you'll notice now you're getting that huge thigh stretch. As you drop back, tuck your chin and look down. And then over time, not right now, but over time, you'll be able to get to the elbows. For now, we're just gonna stay here, arms straight, beautiful frame, and just feel that beautiful stretch from knees into your solar plexus. And this is really the core of the core. A lot of people say from the solar plexus to the knees or the knees to the shoulders is really the central part of the core. It's not the abdomen, right? It's everything that supports your spine. So this is really the first part of understanding what core is to the body. Just like when we understand through all the teachings what the brain is to the mind or the mind is to the brain. So breathing here, feeling here, closing your eyes, going inside, let your head relax. Start to feel it deep down in that tailbone. And as you feel it deep down the tailbone, keep curling. I don't know if you can see the peripatetic movement on the screen, but I'm curling, constantly curling. And that curl is what's bringing me down. So I'll show you the next level. Now that I've curled so much, this is super comfortable. If I wasn't curled, I'd be backward bending, and then I would be compensating. I want to push that lumbar spine. I want to feel the connection from the lower back to the thighs. Because again, when one area is tight, the other area is usually soft. So they have these sort of reciprocalities that we want to break through. And then of course you'll see some people that can go all the way down, but they do it wrong. I don't mean wrong in the sense of wrong, I mean in the sense of, if you look at the object of the bolster tracking my spine right now, as I go down, as long as I keep that forward fold, then my knees stay on the ground. The moment my knees come off the ground, I've gone too far. So I have to keep that curl. So again, even for me, that's a little much right away. So again, just staying here for me with arms bent. You're with arms straight. We're breathing through it, breath by breath, another minute. And really feel that you're allowing your body to naturally align. No forcing, no fixing. It's all about long-lasting, permanent change, which is why we call it daily practice, right? It's not just a lifestyle, right? It's not even a habit, right? The habits develop into the trend into the lifestyle, but now take it from the lifestyle into your life. So when you go surfing this summer in Mexico, not only is the surf with you, but the YOGASURF asana will also be with you. And you'll be breathing the breath of every living, breathing being that has ever existed, and channeling that energy through your body so you can feel and know this internal flow. We say it, jokingly, feeling the healing, right? Heel side turn, but the stress that puts on the body, right? When we don't release it or liberate it. Good, 10. 9, 8. As you exhale, push belly button down towards the spine. Really strengthen that abdomen. Support, support, support. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, slowly walk the hands up. You're going to feel it a lot more powerful than you may think. And then just lean forward and just take it side to side. Take it side to side. Really stretch it out. We call this puppy dog, but it can also be, if it's too much, right, you can just come up into tabletop position, stretch it out. That's ultimately its more gross form, more larger, but just stretch it out through that tailbone, through that lumbar spine. Full minute. Beautiful. Now from here, take your toes and curl them. And then once you have the toes curled, we're going to sit back again in our thunderbolt, our zazen, our kneeling position. Now, this is hard for people. Some people, we stop here and we just focus on doing this little tiny movement over and over again. Aaron, it's probably one of the best moves you can do for your body, because when we stretch the feet, we stretch the whole body. I've learned it through my own experience and practice. When the feet are relaxed, the body is relaxed. So again, you can really feel it. And again, stay here, feel that connection, nose to toes, crown the head to tailbone. But you're really gonna feel it in that lumbar spine. Again, really pushing it back, heart forward, heart back. And that lower back just starts to relax. And again, that's the area that we're really creating all that tension when we ride through that chunder, right? Or anything that offers like greater resistance than powder. Fantastic. When you're ready, next level, right? First minute is get comfortable. Second minute, want to sit up tall and put the weight on. That's it. And now what I call it's like piano with your toes. Start to play with your toes. You'll feel it. Really crush it through your toes. Really feel it on the ground. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Whatever you go. Forward and back again. Forward and back again. Again, hands can stay on the knees or back down to the floor. It doesn't matter. We're just slowly, slowly progressing through this sequence of movements. Breathing all the way in, all the way out. And even something as simple as this posture can send people into very short breathing, right? Because it gets too much, right? It can overwhelm them very quickly, especially, toe stand. It really is a powerful position. So continuing to stretch, we're gonna do 10 more breaths. Nine. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Relax your jaw. 2. And 1. Hands come in front. Keep the toes curled. Push back. Push back. Dissipate that energy by pushing back. Heels moving toward the floor. They're not there yet. Moving toward the floor. And now we're just stretching it out again even further. And you'll notice it on screen, especially on that side angle. Notice my back. Look how the back is curving. Oh, super curl. Super curl. Like the best cat pose you've ever taken. Back up. Super curl. Feel, feel, feel. And again, all I'm doing is slowly, slowly trying to bring those heels to the ground. And by trying to bring the heels to the ground, that's the stretch. Right? So you can hop around if you need to. Oh, almost there. Couple more. Good, let's do 10 more breaths. That's it. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Next time you push back, full squat. So once you push back, just find your way into squat. I'm gonna change positions just to face you. And I'm just moving around, moving and grooving, left and right, let it flow, let it go. Yep, hands can come back, hands can come forward. You're just exploring your area, right? The weight goes forward, the weight goes back. Just feel that you're dissipating again. That's the important part as we transition from one posture to the next, from one turn to the next, right? We wanna carry the momentum. We don't wanna carry anything more than that because we wanna stay present in the moment. Right? Anticipate the release each time you transition. And then again, put the pressure back on, load it, lock it in. Fantastic. When you're ready, find a nice squat position, something comfortable. Remember, your heels can be off the ground. That's fine. Don't worry about that. But see if you can sit down and bounce, 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 bounce. And again, just keep that energy in the body. Let it flow. Let it go. All right, first minute, just to get relaxed, just to let it go, just to let it flow. Good, 10 more breaths. Three, 2, 1. Beautiful, brother. Hands to the ground and forward fold. Legs straight. Relax everything. Dangle it out. Left and right. Left and right. Let it flow. Let it go. Again, legs don't have to be straight. You don't have to touch the floor. You just got to get those legs straight. That's all that matters. And then once the legs are straight, you dangle. You shift weight forward, you shift weight back. You shift weight forward, you shift weight back. And again, one of the reasons why we have yoga blocks or bolsters is again to get that little extra height, Aaron. If you have anything behind you or around you to place in that you can firm your hands on, now you can get, yeah, there you go. Perfect. A foam roller is perfect. And it just gives you a little bit more support. Exactly. Relax your head. Relax your shoulders. Remember the low hanging fruit, right? It bends the branch because it gets riper. Right? So the more we flow, the more we can let it go. Right? Let the head relax, let the shoulders relax, let everything relax. Right? Push down into the ground. Right? Feel the weight shift from your heels to your toes. Shifting left, shifting right. These are all those micro movements that we prepare for at the beginning of the practice. Beginning of each and every posture. And then again, just starting to get more and more settled in. Sometimes you can go in search for the yin, because remember, the seeker becomes sought. It's just a matter of time that lunar, that feminine, that gentle, that aspect of ourselves, that reflective, right? That aspect starts to become more and more dominant, more and more present in our personality. Ten. 9. Feel the weight shifting, toes to heels, fingertips to heels. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Good, Aaron. Listen carefully. Lift up through the heels, up on your toes, and come sit down. Okay, nice and slowly. Come sit down. So your heels are lifted. They form a little seat for you to sit on. Again, the knees are nice and wide open. Right? And as you sit down, right, you can have your hands on the ground or balancing, or if you wish to balance, right, you can put your back straight and just balance on your toes. Feel that tremor, feel that energy, right? Allow it to move through your body as you just balance on your toes, lifting up your heels as high as you can, lifting up your knees. And again, if you need a hand on the ground like Spider-Man, feel free. Call this one Spider-Man, just like stirrup, right? That we do on the ground. Now we're doing it up in the air. And so how to balance it, and it's the difference by doing it in this position, on this axial plane, than on the ground, is that you can balance it. Stack your spine, tuck your chin, hands in prayer position, and breathe. Getting all that beautiful stretch for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Best part. Hands come behind you. Kick your feet out in front. Last posture, forward fold. Stretch it out. So now you get to revisit your dangle, but now from forward fold. And feel the difference. Legs straight. How's that lumbar feeling? How are those feet feeling? It's quite remarkable when we work in this capacity. This is a really nice sequence. And of course, we can keep adding to this sequence, little tiny things in between, things that feel natural, right? Things that maybe feel spontaneous. Again, always allow yourself. These are just anchors, right? We're being like water. Yin is all about learning to anchor. Because as you and I know through our friendship, friendship is the best ship that ever sailed. And it's because it's the sails, not the gales, that determine the way we go, right? We have surf crafts. You make surf crafts. And the quiver is each and every posture to find that optimal line, the hypotenuse, right? That trim, and being able to ride that wave, cross the mountain. And so, of course, here in the yoga, we're exploring the inner mountain, the inner landscape of the heart. So relax the head, relax the shoulders, going a little bit deeper into your forward fold now. See what you can grab hold of, and just let your head, again, it's a 30-pound bowling ball, right? It's full of structural complexity. Let it relax, let it drop down, let it breathe, and allow yourself to receive for 10. Legs straight. 9, feeling it in your lower back, curling your lower back like a stegosaurus, nice and strong like a dinosaur, imagining that you have spikes coming out of your back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Great, buddy. Let's lie back in Shavasana. Just spend a moment chilling the most. Bring your heels towards the hips. Let your helping hands bring you down to the ground. Soles of the feet can stay on the ground, right, to help dissipate that energy in the lumbar spine. Few tailbone tilts. And then again, make your way to 5-pointed star. Remember, there's no rush, right? By putting the legs out, sometimes it can pull on the lower back, right? And by having our feet firmly planted, we can work out that lumbar spine again, really stretching it outside. Again, feeling the healing, right? As we shift the weight from toes to heels, it's the exact same sensation on the surf craft, right? Allowing ourselves to move from one edge to the other, from one dimension to the other, from front to back. Beautiful. And again, like I said, you can keep the soles of the feet on the floor like that, or if you're ready, stretch out the legs, 5-pointed star. Remember, you can always squeeze glutes, release glutes to get some extra tension out into the hips, right? Clear those junk drawers. Remember, the hips are the junk drawers of the body. It's where we store all our important stuff, all our miscellaneous stuff. Don't realize how much memory, how much emotion is connected to this area. You only start to realize that when you start to experience it, when you start to empty those junk drawers, when you start to clean house. Remember, your home is your heart. Your body is your temple, right? Your breath is your spirit. Your mind is your power. So let's integrate all of these elements, all of these energies by doing one strong Brahmari to begin. Deep breath in. We're just going to spend some time in stillness. For stillness is anything but still. The earth is moving around the sun. Sun is moving around the solar system. Solar systems are moving around the galaxy. Galaxy moving around the universe. We're also going to enjoy silence. Silence is anything but silent. Teachings of silence, the rivers that flow beneath the words, the experiences of all of this teaching. Right? Making our way homeward towards the heart. And then finally, spaciousness, that ability to feel space, to be in space, with space, breathing through space. This is our vehicle. This is our surf craft. If we can surf the web, we can surely surf ourselves internally. Find that trim. Find that optimal line, nose to toes, crown of the head to tailbone, and ride it up and down. Each and every breath is one time up the mountain, one time down the mountain. Any sensations you're feeling, just remember to breathe through them. Right? You can engage any strong sensation with the breath, but allow that to be the only movement, for everything else is still, everything else is silent, and that breath is making everything spacious. A little bit more room to grow, a little bit more room to handle. It's like the word capacity. Through expanding and contracting, we're increasing our capacity. Ten. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Singing sigh. Rolling head left and right. Let it flow, let it go. And when you're ready, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Just a few gentle tailbone tilts. Just flatten out that lumbar spine a few times. Fantastic. And when you're ready, rolling onto left or right side, coming up to a comfortable seated position. Ooh. Once here. Oh, again, just move that heart forward and back. Hold on to your knees. Heart goes forward, heart goes back. Heart goes forward, relax your jaw. Heart goes back. Good, dissipate that energy side to side, right? Slowly making our way with the ear, with the elbow, with the ear, with the elbow, nice and gentle. Whoa. Good, and when you're ready, find a drishti, close your eyes, go inside, single point concentration, lock onto something, and use your elbows. Use your elbows. Let your elbows flow. Let your elbows go. And then when it feels good, when it feels safe, we'll look in the direction. Big twist. Big twist. Let your elbows lead the way. Let your shoulders follow. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Rub those hands together. Good energy. Waking up. All right. Awake to our waking, alive to our living. Up over our head, down over our heart. Let's just feel that heart space, reminding ourselves that our heart is our home. It's really important to take care of it. And remember, as we said earlier in the YIN of our practice before we started our hatha, right? Whatever, right? Whatever is absolute. It is all whatever. It is all acceptance. It is all liberation. But whatever can also be a very positive thing, allowing people to do whatever it is they need to do, even if it's not the right thing for ourselves. Again, that acceptance, that absolute works also as a positive. And then as a neutral, whatever, even if we can't understand it completely, even if we don't want to support it, we can still accept it. And then finally, the negative whatever, that in which we don't care. Right? And that again is a greater teaching too, that forgiveness does not imply a relationship. And so whatever circles this medicine wheel, from absolute to positive to neutral to negative, just like the word acceptance. Acceptance is absolute, acceptance is positive, acceptance is neutral, and acceptance through the consciousness of forgiveness can also overcome the negative and can also, in a way, transform into the negative by becoming complacent. But of course, by practicing daily, we have the power to promote the positive and be and sit in the absolute. So let's do again one strong Brahmari to bring our palms together, clear the posture, close the practice. Deep breath in. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. In our hearts, in our lives, in everything that we see, are, and be. The divine in me sees and shares the divine in you. In love, with love, through love. Thank you so much for coming out today, Aaron, and being part of this beautiful practice. Namaste. Yay! Mwah. Awesome, brother. How did that feel?